Here's a little garden update. It's April 10th, 2025 in Bonsall, California. We're in zone 10A. And I'm going to start with tomatoes this time. I know I've been obsessing over flowers, but this is our hugelkultur bed. If you're not familiar with hugelkultur, I have some blog posts on it, but also recommend just searching. It's a great way to build really rich soil. Where I also have ranunculus growing and some transplants, small transplants of cosmos. I have basil, lemon basil, Genovese type basil, marigold. And the reason we put our tomatoes here is because we have a 7 foot tall structure and we're able to string the tomatoes up so that they can really grow tall because that's what tomatoes do. They're vining plants. These are some of our roses. Despite that gopher disturbance, they're doing fine. We encaged the roots so that they could survive. And right next to them, I have some scabiosa, which is definitely perennialized and is growing and blooming year round. So I'm able to get scabiosa blooms, which are just really pretty pops of color all year. And I really love that. Here's a garden bed with some ranunculus that are at the end of their life. Pretty soon I'll be able to save the corms. And then I also have a ton of sunflowers that will be ready probably in a few weeks. They'll get a little taller and then start blooming. So that's that part of the garden. It's the part that's kind of closest to the horses. Now, in the backyard, in my little garden, I have freesia blooming, another bed of ranunculus that are pretty much done. So again, I'll be able to harvest the corms and save those. I have successions of sunflowers. I've already cut a bunch and put in new starts there, and I have a bunch more that I'll be cutting. Also, I have a bed here of marigold that are about to bloom, but also cosmos blooming, and a whole bunch of the Potomac snapdragons. They're very happy, very healthy, and as long as they get that netting structure and support so that they can grow straight, they'll just start blooming and come along quite well. Over here, I have a few cosmos. I had extra seedlings that I popped in, but also those are fava beans that I'm using to enrich the soil, plus some more sunflowers. When those are done, I will not plant anything more just to make room for all the zucchinis, types of summer squashes that I've put in here. I also have some lettuce there, a few more ranunculus just because I had so many corms to plant and they're blooming and they're kind of at their peak, whereas some of the other ranunculus are done. There's some more lettuce there and squashes. And again, when the lettuces are really done, I'll pull those. And this summer, they'll look like just squashes everywhere. But for now, they can cohabitate a little bit. So these, in addition to the squashes there, that'll take more room later, are sweet pea vines that are monstrosities in terms of being vines. If you look how tall they go up, they're at least probably 7 feet tall. Finally, starting to get some blooms. I'm really hoping I'm just going to have an incredible number of blooms because I definitely have an incredible number of leaves. So we'll see. Then we have chard, which can really grow all year in San Diego. Some more marigold, some bee balm, and arugula. And then another towering piece of sweet peas. I don't know how many I planted. I feel like I didn't plant that many, but since I started them in the fall, they just established really well. And so they grew quite abundantly, and I just hope I'm going to get some flowers and not just vines. These are more ranunculus. They are in pots and they did quite well there. This is just video of them. Many, many different colors. They're so beautiful. I'm just going to continue to grow more and more ranunculus every year. There's just no doubt about it. They make incredible bouquets. They last forever in the vase. Not forever, maybe a week or more, but still. I'm getting ready for my seedling sale on April 19th. So I have tomato seedlings like black krim, which is an heirloom tomato. I have different types of basil, lemon basil, Genovese type basil, more tomatoes, other herbs. And this is just like a small section of what I have. Lots to do here, lots to transplant into pots still. Those are some of the smaller ones that I'll probably hold back, but we'll see. Within another week and a half from when I took this video, they might be ready for sale. And some dwarf tomatoes, really strong stems there. Some new varieties I'm trying from San Diego Seed Company, like Floridad and Ace 55. These are my peppers. These are my peppers. I'm not selling these peppers. I am selling some jalapenos, I think, but these are more like some of the bell varieties like Sonoma and the petite bullhorn like Rosso. And then we have the wisteria and the cottage garden. It's just so pretty. The eryngium have started to set up, prepare for their blooms. And over here, I think this is called agastache. They have some pretty flowers too. And then in pots over here, I have more tomatoes because they can grow up and over this cattle panel arch. And as you can see, they've already started to set fruit because they start with flowers, and the flowers become the very, bottoms of the actual tomato fruit. So all of these, and some of these are like more cherry tomato variety or saladette, but I think I have one of them in here that's a full-on larger type, like a slicer variety. I think I have one Lucid Gem tomato in here. I don't think it's that one. I think it might be this one. So anyways, they're all going. They're really going strong. The cerinthe or honeywort, the little purple flowers there that are great bouquet fillers. Just, I don't know. I feel like I planted six or eight. Probably will get like 60 stems from those. Some more cosmos in the front. The snapdragons are starting to kind of really finish their harvests in the back. There's still some coming. I'll probably get another couple weeks of those snapdragons, but they're early. The Monaco orange is a group 1 or 2, I think, which is a very early type of snapdragon. This is the compost pile that I have forfeited to potatoes. So I basically now am just taking soil from that pile and putting it in this pile, not to sift it, but to feed the potatoes. So that's pretty much what we're looking like now in mid-April.